Hey guys, so grateful for you guys to be here. Continuing our Women's History Month streams with Miss Pac-Man Maze Madness.
Come on in, my
I'm so
dear.
grateful to
I want to show you my
everybody.
latest invention. I call it the Patrometer. Yow!
I'm so grateful to everybody who came to the last stream. It was a very special stream that I've been wanting to do for a while.
You can
In memory
travel
of a
to the
beloved
four
one who passed away
wonders
recently.
of
Who
Pac-Land with this.
always cherished
What
that.
the-
We had I always cherish her, of course, but in general, just beautiful, amazing person. But I always loved that we had a little bit of an affinity for Miss Pac-Man in common. So wanted to continue that celebration of that person, but also of that beloved loved one, but also revisit a classic from my childhood, Miss Pac-Man Maze Madness. The only 3D adventure Miss Pac-Man ever got, unfortunately, but at the very least, they gave her one, thankfully. Even though, unfortunately, the rights in relation to Miss Pac-Man are a little up in the air these days, at least she had this golden age where she was so beloved and appreciated.
My holograph will help
We'll
you
hold it
find
close to us
the gem of generosity.
in gaming history. But so yeah, this is an interesting concept. So I believe the Professor Pac-Man gets like sucked into this thing, and then she has to go to Egypt to to find out what's going on. And this is actually we're playing on an actual ISO that came from this disc of the game. And we're playing on an emulator, EXPSE. I would have played on the original hardware, but I thought it'd be really cool to do it on the emulation, and actually playing with the PS5 controller on the PC. So we're using like essentially what is a very upgraded version of the controller that would have been used on the PS1. So yeah, I mean the 4 generations later version of the PS1 controller now. But it feels so cool to play a PS1 game with the PS5 controller because the buttons are essentially the same in terms of the actual buttons that you would use. Just that, of course, the controller is very different and much nicer. I mean, the PS1 controller, those are forever classic, but yeah, it's just super cool. So yeah, it was cute. This game was essentially like a 3D maze game of Miss Pac-Man. It was basically this was Miss Pac-Man's version of Pac-World, with the exception that she couldn't jump. She was only able to go along this. She was only able to travel. Oh no! She was only able to travel. She was only able to travel like on ground. So essentially, this gave the game a much more puzzle element than Pac-World, which was much more of an adventure, kind of a big adventure game. This is also a big adventure game, but it has this puzzle maze element to it that Pac-World only had in sections. Because you have to sort of, figure out, hey, how do I maneuver her to the next area? How do I figure out how to move this block so that I can travel across where there was a gap before and things like that. So for example, like right here. So since she can't jump over this block, we have to come down here and hit the reset button for the block so that it goes behind us, and that way we can traverse to the new area. It's really cool. I love how she gets like health from these little hearts and stuff. It's so adorable. They gave it like this beautiful flair. And of course, Miss Pac-Man in full beautiful 3D glory with her bow and beautiful thigh-high red boots. So for example, right here, if I want to get that strawberry, I can't just get on the jump. I can't jump up there, so I have to use this jumping pad in combination with a block that I can push over. And there you go. Now we can get the strawberry. It added this puzzle element to the game that was really cool. Very, very cool. And so there you go. See? Now the gap is filled and I can traverse the next area. Whoop. And this is the original game I had as a kid, by the way, so it's super cool that I was able to rip it to an ISO and play it on the emulation directly. It's so cool. It's like playing the actual game on the console, but just with upgraded graphics and obviously using an emulator in place of the actual console. But so this will bring me back here, but so I have to get this blue key. Okay, so blue key, and I'm assuming it's over here in this area. Oh, look at that blue key. I love it. Aw, I love the little smile that she puts on when she jumps. It's so adorable. There we go, checkpoint. Oh, yeah, in this area, and those on that kind of tile with the brown covering, she can't run quite so fast. So it adds this layer to the maze areas where the ghosts are. To say, hey, if you're gonna run through those the dirt covered section of the map, make sure that there's no ghosts nearby, or else you might get hurt by them. I love how they use the noises from the game, in the original Miss Pac-Man game. It's so cute. So I guess I think that the the orange heart fills her health completely. And of course the little Miss Pac-Man logos give you an extra life. And also, this soundtrack I believe is so underrated. Like, the fans of this game like know how amazing it is, but just this first level's theme song is so freaking awesome. I mean, it's such a like amazing upbeat little track that perfectly suits the level and the character of Miss Pac-Man overall. It also has like 90s sitcom vibes a little bit. But in a great way. Like, a lot of the little beats are very 90s, like that little drum is very 90s.
Okay, I found this on the web for its very 97. Check it out.
The pretzel. Yeah, those centipedes, it's funny how they sort of like just run around. It's like, okay. Oh yeah, and if you get all the dots, I think it gives you like an extra life or something. Or you get 100% clearance on the level. Oh, you also need a certain amount of dots to pass certain areas. So thankfully I have way more than 115. And so I'm able to traverse the next area. I love that. And this is so funny. There's like fans where she runs through them. She goes like extra fast. It's like it's like this game's version of her doing the Pac-Man roll, or like the speed roll, whatever it's called from Pac World. I'm like, what? It's so adorable. It's very simple in the beginning and in a good way, but then it gets more challenging as you go along. Her little arms flailing, you're so adorable. Ooh. Oh, the banana. Ooh. Okay, this is what I meant about the areas with the with the dirt or whatever it is. You have to be mindful of. Whoa, what's that? Because that's part of the emulation, just being a little buggy. So happy I was able to preserve my PS1 discs like this, so I could have like like a backup of them in case they ever like break. But also it's cool because you get to play them on emulators, and it's like you're playing your original disc. It's super cool. There's definitely like a block somewhere. Sorry. I'm taking meds right now for a little cold I had. That's why I have a little bit of that phlegminess. Oops. Nice. I love how the ghosts like will dress in accordance with like the area's theme in this game. So like if it's Egypt, they have like the little Egyptian pharaoh type deals. And there you go, end of level. Ah, so awesome. Aww. You know what? Even though there's an issue with her rights right now, I'm so happy she got to have this moment in the sun where she was everywhere, and it's so deserved. Alright guys, well, this was going to be a short one. I would like to continue this game one day though. It is a very freaking awesome game, and I do hold it very close to my heart. So, thank you for watching guys, I appreciate it, and you have a good night and have